Hey Tubies, this is Bob. I'm so excited. Look what I got. I got a new wallet. This is my Goyard wallet. And Goyard is a really cool luxury leather goods company. They're out of France. And I just got this. I had to buy a new wallet. You know, guys, as you guys know, Psychic Bob loves to shop at the dollar store. Well, I almost buy everything in my life at the dollar store. Except I made the mistake last month of buying a new wallet at the dollar store. I said, hey, nice leather wallet from the dollar store, looks good. Well, I tell you, it's true, you get what you pay for. I got the wallet home, and literally within probably 15 minutes of owning it, one of the seams broke. I thought, well, it's a section I wasn't using, so I overlooked it. A day later, another seam broke. By the end of the week, another flap had started to tear. And 2 weeks later, the entire wallet just crumbled. Literally, the entire edging, the outer leather all peeled off. Horrible wallet. So I said, Psychic Bob is not going to waste his time. And I decided get a real wallet, and I bought a Goyard. Goyard's really interesting. I was reading their website here, and they've had a lot of famous people buy Goyard wallets. I guess I'm in good company. It must be a good brand because it said that they were started in the company in started in 1853. Well, any company that's been around since 1853. That's a pretty good sign right there. And it says they have a lot of celebrity clients. And it says the queens of Yugoslavia and Greece became customers after World War II, whilst the Duke and Duchess of Windsor purchased their first Goyard goods in 1939. By the way, some of you know I am a cousin of the late Duchess of Windsor, so I guess it's a good taste runs in the family. High-profile purchasers such as the Grimaldis of Monaco or the Maharaja of Capretala rubbed shoulders with celebrities like socialites or first ladies like Catherine Deneuve, Edith Piaf, Romy Schneider, Jean-Claude Brialy, who acquired his first Goyard pieces in 1974. This is Georges Pompidou, who became client from 1963 onwards, Princess André Aga Khan, 1956, Princess Radziwill, 1949, or the Prince and Princess von Furstenberg, 1968. Contemporary glitterati like Madonna, Victoria Beckham, Carla Bruni Sarkozy, and are regularly spotted wearing Goyard bags. Rapper Kanye West mentioned his affinity for Goyard trunks in his 2007 song, The Glory. Well, anyways, there you go. So there's a lot of celebrities buying Goyard, and I didn't know that. I just bought it because I liked it. But I guess I'm in with the good crowd. Anyways, I just had to share that with you guys. But anyways, I also want to say thank you to all of you who came up to my last video on messages from the spirit world. We're going to have another one of those coming up soon. Just keep it here. But today I promised you we would have a video on Rune Magic. So we're going to tune on into the power of the runes. Now, the first thing that you need to know if you're going to learn, work with the runes is you got to know what the runes are and how to interpret them. And this is a page out of my spell book. It's called The Runes. And if you want to get this, I would recommend this for your own spell book and for your own knowledge. You can purchase this rune parchment at rarewiccaspells.com. I'll put the link below. Lady Angela, who is the High Priestess of the Order of the Purple Cord, sells these, and you can get these at her website. So pick up your rune paper. You won't regret it, okay? But the thing is, you got to understand the runes. Now, I'm not going to go all into the history of the runes today because really this is going to be just simply about magic. But basically there are 24 runes, and they break down into 3 sections. They're 8, 8, and 8, so that's 24. And the first one's called Freya's 8, the second one's called Hagel's 8, and the third set is called Tyr's 8. And these are ancient Germanic Norse gods. And the runes are their sacred symbols. So when you write the runes, you're writing the symbols that were created by the gods. This is why the runes carry power. They were created by divine beings, and their very presence generates a vibration that was set by divinity. Now, of course, you're going to say, well, Bob, this sounds all so complex. How do I deal with the runes? Well, first of all, rune magic does not have to be complex. In fact, it's one of the easiest and most simple magics. For example, rune magic can be as simple as wearing the runes. Let me show you here. Today I'm wearing these charms. This one is the Hammer of Thor. Many of you know I love Thor. And these are the runes that say protection, written in runic script. I also carry this rune, this other one, which is the rune Algies. And Algies, you can, it's kind of hard to see, I got glare here, see if you guys can see it. There it is, kind of looks like a tree. Algies is also a protection rune. The rune symbols themselves are so powerful that simply having them in your presence generate their power. So, if I feel I'm having a day where I'm feeling a little nervous, and I say I need a little extra protection, I can simply put on the runes, and their very presence is already generating power for whatever their intent is. So these are protection runes. So when I wear this, I have a little extra protection with me throughout the day. And that's in itself a magic spell. Now, some of you are going to say, well, Psychic Bob, you know, I have a set of rune stones, but they're made out of, wood. And somebody told me my rune stones have to be made out of, crystal. Well, let me show you something here. So here are my runes that I just dumped out. You can see here's my little rune bag. And these stones are made out of what's called goldstone. Goldstone is kind of a sparkly type of glass. It's a synthetic stone. But as I said, it really doesn't matter what stone, what your runes are on. The medium for the runes is not where the power is. So your runes could be on fine diamonds, or they can be on wood, or even on cardboard, and it will not weaken the power of the runes. That being said, a lot of people like special gemstones, and they do make rune stones in all manner of gemstones. I've seen some in aquamarine, I've seen agates, I've seen tiger's eye, hematite, you name it. So choose a gemstone that you like, but know that, as I said, the power is actually in the runes. Now, I'm going to show you one way you can use, if you choose to use rune stones, this is a spell that you can do. This is a simple candle spell, and basically all it is you get a tea light candle, and you put it in a holder. If you can get a holder that's the color of your intent, that's even better. Most tea lights are only in white. It's hard to get color ones, so you can use a white because white is all purpose. And then what you do is you want to choose out of your runes ones that mean that focus your goal. For example, I'm going to use green. This is going to be for a prosperity spell. So if you're like, for example, looking for a job and you've been having trouble getting an interview and really landing that job, you might want to try this. So you just get a green candle holder and put a little tea light in it. But then out of your runes, you would choose runes that represent success, prosperity, breakthrough. Now, there are any number of them, but this is the ones that I'm choosing today. We've got B, it looks like a B, it's called Berkana, and this means new birth, new beginnings, breakthroughs. And so Berkana is a wonderful rune to use if you are struggling to kind of get a new start. The other rune I've chosen today is also known as Thorisaz, or Thor's hammer. This is also a wonderful stone because it carries the power of breaking through barriers. And then, of course, because we need money, Fehu is our other rune I've chosen. And Fehu is the gemstone, or is the rune that represents wealth. So what I would do in this case is I would take my candle and I would surround it with the 3 runes. And as I place my rune stones around my candle, I would focus my intent, and I might do a prayer to the ancient ones, asking for divine help to break through, to gain wealth. And know that as you place each of your rune stones, you're building kind of a force field of energy that you're going to release. And when you have your stones in place and your focus, then you light your candle and let it sit. And as you let the candle burn, you visualize the power of the runes working with your wish and intent and sending energy out into the universe. Now, don't leave your candle unattended. You can let it burn all the way down and sit with it. Or if you want, you can sit just a few minutes, extinguish the candle, keep your setup, try not to break it down, and the next day light it again and again send out your intent, focused on the energy of the runes working in conjunction with your desire. And that's a really wonderful way to start with rune magic. Very simple, but I'll tell you it's very powerful. For those of you who love jewelry, but let's say for example, you can't openly wear jewelry like I am with rune symbols. Here's another little secret technique that is very powerful and very effective. What you can do is you can do a rune locket spell. And a locket is basically a pendant that opens up. It has a secret compartment. So what you do is you open your locket, and inside of that you can put a mystical rune symbol. Now, what you got to do is just get a little scrap of paper, and then on it you draw your rune. So let's say this is going to be a protection spell. I'm going to use the rune Algiz. So I would draw on my paper the rune Algiz. Now as I draw this rune, I want to visualize it glowing in a beautiful light. You can visualize it in an electric blue or a purple. I like purple for protection spells. And just draw that rune, study its style, draw it, and as you draw it, you might even want to chant and make a little prayer such as, Algiz rune, protect me this day. Algiz rune, protect me this day. Algiz rune, protect me. And just chant and visualize light as you create your rune. And once you have it drawn, you can put on just a little paper. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, because remember, the paper is not where the power is. It's in the rune and your intent. So once you have your rune drawn, then you just want to fold it up. So you can just fold it up into a tiny little square. Just make it little, and then you can take that little packet and you can put it down in your locket. And then when you close your locket up, it's sealed in there. And then all you got to do is, holding your intent in mind, put your locket on and wear it. And now you have a powerful rune spell with you all day long. So as you see, guys, it's not hard to work with the runes. Today I've shown you just a few simple ideas, and my goodness, there are so many more. But the first place you want to start is get a rune chart and go to rarewiccaspells.com. Get your chart, study the runes, read them, learn them, know about them, practice sketching them. And if you feel inspired, you could get a bag of rune stones, and you could carry those with you as well. We'd have to do, I think, a whole separate video on how to read runes in like a rune psychic reading. But for magic purposes, you don't have to have a lot of knowledge. You just need to know what the runes are, what they mean, and start to employ them. As I said, you can put runes on jewelry. You can put it on rings. In the old days, people would literally carve runes on the front door of their houses. If you own your own home and you can do that, you might want to carve runes on your doorposts or on your front door. You could do paintings. If you're an artist, paint runes and put rune paintings in your home. That would be a wonderful way to enact the runes. You could even, if you're an artist, make clothing and put rune symbols on it. So really, you're not limited. The runes can be used in many, many ways. Another way that you can also use runes is to consecrate water. For example, you could have a special cup that you carve sacred runes on that represent, for example, divinity, such as Thor's hammer, Thorisaz. And then you put water in the cup that's with the rune, and that rune blesses the water. And so that's another way you can do it. You know, you're only limited by your imagination. So think about how could you incorporate runes in your life. Anyways, I'd love to know, have you ever worked with the runes? Do you read runes? Have you ever done magic with runes? What's been your experience? If you're new to runes, tell me about that as well. So I'd love to hear any of your thoughts or ideas, and share maybe some of your runic spells. Anyways, guys, I'm so glad you're here. Listen, keep it here at Spiritual. We got more coming. We're going to have messages from the spirit world later in the week, and I'd sure love for you to be here for that as well. Listen, if you're new here, or even if you're not new and you watch and you enjoy it, hit that subscribe button. We'd love you to be part of Spirit Channel. And make sure to go get your rune sheets over at Lady Angela's at RareWiccaSpells.com. Guys, I am so glad you're here, and I look forward to seeing you. I'll be back here on Thursday. Blessings to you all. And until then, let's do some rune magic.